This is all gonna be for men's clothing, and this is all gonna be mall brands and fast fashion brands, the lower end stuff. So stuff like Ralph Lauren or Hugo Boss, I'm not including here. This ranking is going to be based both on my personal experience selling the brands and also some market research that I did last night on eBay. Let's start with Zara. Zara surprised me a little bit when I was researching it last night, and that's the case for a lot of these mall brands. The sell-through rate is higher than I anticipated them being. Sell-through rate I calculate by taking the number of sold listings, dividing it by the number of actives, and then multiplying that number by 100 to give a percentage. There are other ways to calculate sell-through, that's how I do it. This is all in the general men's clothing category, and it's all in used condition. The sell-through for Zara was 53%, which is crazy high. Average sale price for Zara was 22 bucks. Zara, I'm gonna put right in the middle. My experience selling Zara is that it's okay. Gap, I'm gonna put at D. The sell-through is decent, 39%. Vintage, if it's available, can be worth okay money. Vintage Gap, I have done pretty okay with in the past. I've done well with Gap sweaters, or well-ish rather, the cable knit sweaters. Gap sweaters that are made with 100% wool. If you find 100% cashmere, that goes for all these brands too. Also Gap denim. So denim shirts from Gap I've done okay with. You know what? Let's put it up here after that long spiel. I take it back. The sell-through is low, but Gap is one of those cheaper brands where there are a lot of avenues for you to pinpoint stuff that's actually worth some pretty okay money. J.Crew, I'm gonna put at B tier. The sell-through is not all that impressive. It's 42% sell-through, average sale price of 23 bucks 83 cents. Those numbers don't tell that great of a story. And the J.Crew story is a bit of a tragedy. So they went out of business. There was a period of time, I'd say a year or two, where J.Crew, the sell-through was just crazy. It was so good. It was almost a no-miss brand if you could source it for really cheap. I never had a problem flipping it, but the demand has fallen. J.Crew, same as with Gap, vintage pieces will be worth some pretty good money. The quality is higher with J.Crew than with a lot of these brands. Their stuff is more durable. And just like I said with Gap, you can find lamb's wool sweaters from time to time, or 100% wool sweaters, or nicer materials. And those do quite well. Their jackets, I've also had a great track record with, meaning sport coats, blazers. Their Ludlow jackets historically have performed pretty well for me. And if you can find new with tags J.Crew, it will sell quite well. Basic pieces like shirts, dress shirts, I would be cautious of. The vintage, it'll have a green tag on it. That can do pretty well. Hollister, I'm gonna put it D tier, even though the sell-through is okay at 44%. It's just such cheap stuff that I just avoid it. Even when I find it for really cheap, my enthusiasm is low to list it because most of it is bottom barrel, crappy t-shirts and crappy shorts. The ASP is 15 bucks. This is just not a winning brand. I think you can find vintage Hollister, and of course you can make money with all of these brands, but it's, in my experience, a little bit tough to do with Hollister. H&M, I'm actually putting way down here. I'm putting it at E tier. Every so often you can find something that's worth selling. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna bump it up. Sometimes you can find really outlandish weird stuff from H&M, stuff with weird prints, animal prints or graphic shirts, button-up shirts, or floral shirts that can do okay. If it's something really wild, I will pick it up. Or if it's, I don't even know if they make cashmere. If you find something that's made with genuine leather, I don't think they do that either. If you find something that's outstandingly high quality for the brand, consider it. Otherwise, I would avoid it. Urban Outfitters, I'm going to put it C tier. It's fine. Kind of what I was talking about with H&M. The sell-through is okay. It's decent, 49%. ASP is middling, 19 bucks. It's slightly above the H&M's, but you're not going to find anything for the most part that's worth crazy money. I think they have some limited edition shirts, graphic tees, stuff like that that can be worth some okay money. I think they also do collaborations with designers, although I haven't really found those. What I would be focused on with Urban Outfitters is, like H&M, the really garish, weird graphic stuff. Asos goes to D tier. I just don't find it that much. Occasionally, I will find Asos Hawaiian shirts in big sizes, like 3X, 4X, 5X. I will flip those. Same with polo shirts. Those have done pretty well for me. That's another note that goes for all these brands. Starting at 2X, but really 3X and up, you can get away with selling crappier brands just because bigger sizes are more in demand. Asos, not that impressed with it, just based on my own experience, and also the numbers are pretty poor. 31% sell-through, the demand is low, and ASP is 20 bucks, so mostly skippable. Abercrombie, I'm gonna put it B tier. I'm gonna be generous. It's the same as J.Crew, so the vintage pieces can be worth really good money. If you find their old hunting shirts, those are great. The numbers are pretty good though. 62% sell-through on Abercrombie and 23.5 bucks for ASP. I would aim for the slightly nicer stuff, the flannel shirts or jeans or jackets. Guess I want to put here or here, but based on the numbers, I kind of have to put it here, which hurts me to do because that's in contradiction to all of my instincts as a reseller. Guess I hate selling Guess, but maybe that's incorrect. The ASP is high. ASP is 25 bucks. Sell-through is low, 35%. So the demand is low. I'm guessing vintage is tipping that ASP up higher. I avoid all of it unless I find Guess jeans that are vintage that have this logo on the back pocket or somewhere on them. Otherwise, stuff of contemporary manufacture I've always avoided. I have sat and sat and sat on Guess pieces. You know what? I'm sticking to my guns here. It's D tier. You may have a shot with the vintage jeans. You may also have a shot with big spell out logos on tops. Levi's is going to A tier. We all know Levi's as a jeans company. They do make tops, they make jackets, they make shirts, they make suits. There's vintage. The denim is hard to miss with if you can source it for cheap enough. There are vintage Levi's that are worth thousands of dollars. That would take up an entire whole video. There are certain cuts of Levi's that are more desirable than others. Anything vintage that's denim, probably worth picking up. Vintage jean jackets or just jean jackets, the trucker jackets period, are great pickups. The shirts, the button ups, the t-shirts, again, if you can source them for like 25, 50 cents, I would consider it. Otherwise, I would avoid it. The pearl snap shirts can do fairly well. Denim shirts do really well. You're getting the picture. There's a lot of room to play in Levi's. They make a lot of crap, but it's always something that puts a smile on my face when I can source it for free or cheap. Aeropostale, man. It's hard to really have an opinion about this just because I've tried to sell it so rarely. The numbers tell a pretty damning story though, so I'm gonna put it at E tier down here. 23% sell-through, which is about what I anticipated most of these brands doing, but Aeropostale really lives up to it. And 14 bucks ASP. I don't think I've ever found anything from Aeropostale that was like a great flip. Forever 21, let's do D tier. It's crap tier quality clothing. I put it on the level of an H&M. The quality is just awful. Poor sell-through, 30%, poor ASP, 16 bucks. Jean jackets, jeans, big sizes, great materials. I would stick there. Old Navy is joining Aeropostale. 29% sell-through, 13% average sale price. You are really hard-pressed to make decent money consistently with Old Navy. If you can get it for free, if you can get it for 10, 20, 30, maybe 50 cents, I would consider flipping the basic pieces. Otherwise, exactly what I said about Forever 21. Stick to big sizes, stick to nicer stuff. Good luck. New with tags, Old Navy sells okay, but this is like Walmart tier quality clothing, and it's so abundant. Uniqlo, I'm putting at B. I've actually had surprisingly good luck flipping Uniqlo over the years. I love 100% linen Uniqlo shirts. For whatever reason, those are like hole in one always during the warmer months. I actually sold 100% linen Uniqlo shirt a couple weeks ago, or last week. So I don't even know if it is seasonal. I just assume. Uniqlo also does collaborations with higher end designers. So you can find Uniqlo pieces that are worth some fairly significant money, rarer graphic t-shirts. I've also found down puffers from Uniqlo. That's a great tip for all these brands. If you can find down fill jackets or vests, those are gonna be worth picking up. There's just something about Uniqlo that I like. It's just slightly cut above a lot of the other fast fashion brands. And the numbers are good, 53% sell through and 23 bucks average sales price. So Uniqlo is, of all of the true fast fashion brands, I think my personal favorite. Express I have to put at E tier. I have avoided this brand for a long time because it's mostly crap and the aesthetics of the company are such that there's just not as much out there that is really eye-catching and weird enough or high quality enough to bring you good profits. Obviously, it is possible. And I have flipped Express stuff a number of times, but I just have this gut level feeling of ugh when I think of Express. 31% sell through, 17 bucks ASP. If memory serves, Express jeans can do okay. American Eagle goes to C tier, and it is buoyed this high by their jeans. Their jeans are really popular, especially the stretch jeans. I know are popular with women. I don't know with men so much. I just don't find them that often, but if you can get them at the bins, I would pick them up. 51% sell through for American Eagle, which is a surprise to me, but ASP of 17 bucks. That sell through is probably as high as it is due to the jeans, would be my guess. Banana Republic also goes to C tier. Most of it not worth selling, most of it's totally blown out. There are certain Banana Republic things that are worth it. I really like selling their cruiser jackets. If you don't know what a cruiser jacket is, look it up on Google. It has 4 pockets on the front. It's a long jacket. They're associated with motorcycles, I think. Those have done quite well for me. You can find Banana Republic cashmere. You can find lamb's wool, Shetland wool, just standard 100% wool knit sweaters, slacks, basic shirts, basic polo shirts, I would be really trepidatious about. Their jeans can do pretty well. A lot of the button-up shirts, like dress shirts, will have a bunch of terms under the label, like proper names and specific fits. You can search those on eBay and run sell-through metrics, and some of those can be in demand. You can do pretty well, again, assuming that you can get them for cheap. So there are a lot of avenues in Banana Republic that can pay off for you. I would, again, avoid uninteresting, unappealing looking, basic everyday stuff unless you can get it for free or dirt cheap. Topman's going to C tier. I've done great with some of their jackets and sweaters. They have these really eye-catching knit sweaters that I found a few times, and they've always sold really quickly for me. I don't find it that much. The numbers are middling, 38% sell-through and 22.5 bucks ASP. It's fine. I don't know what else to say about it that I haven't said about other brands. And save the best for last. Lucky brand, I'm putting it S tier. I'm putting it above Levi's just because the numbers are so strong. So Levi's actually, I think you stand a better chance of finding something that's worth really, really, really high money in the vintage stuff. But Lucky brand, the everyday pieces do really surprisingly well. And this has the highest sell-through of any brand on this list at 87% across the whole men's clothing category. Used condition, 87% is insane. That's crazy high for a mall brand. Lucky brand has been kicking ass for like a year or two. Their jeans are off the wall popular. Even more basic stuff, if you can source it for, again, really cheap, it'll probably do pretty well. The Venice Burnout line of shirts has done great for me. Their waffle knit thermal shirts do great. Henley shirts do great. Jackets do pretty well. ASP isn't phenomenal, it's 21 bucks, but it's surprisingly hard to miss with Lucky brand these days. If you are curious about more men's clothing brands, I compiled a document called the Menswear Manifesto that consists of 269 men's clothing brands that are broken down category by category, by sell-through, by average sale price. That's available on a pay-what-you-want basis in a link down below. Pay what you want means if you want to use it for free, you can. I ask that you donate something to me if you think that you're going to make money off of it, or if you do make money off of it, donate something to me later. People have had awesome success with it. You can use it on your phone while you source. You can use it on desktop. You can print it out if you want. A few people have done that, which is amazing to me because it's over 100 pages long, I think. That's available in a link below. So nothing really wound up in F tier. If I had to pick one to go in F tier, it would probably be Old Navy. Otherwise, there are plenty of opportunities to make money with these brands and brands like them. Obviously, I've probably missed a few. Mileage varies. Your luck with some of the brands that I've had poor luck with may be better. Your luck with some of the brands that I like may be worse. Hope this helps. Appreciate you watching.